points are not correct yet, so I am going to distract you for a few seconds to explain that my co-caster, Zelius, is also going to distract you while I edit up the stream. And tonight we have Cosmic Aquarius versus GZG. Take it away.
Ground Zero Gaming, is that an economy now, or is this an executive
This
game?
is executive.
Kindly remind me. Okay, executive. So let's just start with some returning players, a returning team from last year, Ground Zero Gaming. And I think that's always an honorable team because when you think about it, they didn't sign up to be an executive last year. They wanted to be an economy. But it looks like we're already getting into draft.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix the best I can here. You gotta take the wheel.
Maybe I'll have to cut my story short, but basically they got put into a league above what they signed up for, but they still played out every game. And that's deserving of the utmost respect.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Cosmic Aquarius is on the blue side for game 1.
Now, I don't know much about Cosmic Aquarius. And truthfully, I don't know a whole lot about Ground Zero Gaming either. So I'm just ready to appreciate some good old classic League of Legends. Canadian KFC and Blue Eaters did play yesterday.
I'm switching it as we're speaking.
Yeah, it's currently being changed.
Yeah.
Do not fret.
Both of these teams, this is actually really interesting. Both of these teams have total and complete like their own little logos. So I'm gonna put those in. Hang on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, the Cosmic Aquarius made their logos themselves, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They have the neat blue one.
I believe so.
Allow me to find it. Yeah, they do. They made it themselves. It looks like a squid, but I don't have eyes, so don't quote me on it.
What's up with that Lux ban? We don't know. I've never seen Cosmic Aquarius play, so I'll tell you why. I bet you they're scared of it and don't want them to use it in the mid. I just used it in my last game. I got some kills. It's a pretty scary champ. It's a pretty scary champ. And joining us now as well is the infamous Mr. Prezi, one of the cutest hosts we have here in the LBLCS, also known as my stepfather. If you joined our last cast, he is married to my dad.
That's canon. That's canon. We're keeping with that.
Keeping with that. Not going to let that one go. I know you don't have room to spectate what we're watching as we see actually a pretty great comp from both teams being locked in here. So you'll have to spectate Cosmic Rao's game. He added a friend request for you. That was to Mr. Prezi there. All right, talk to me about these comps here. Zelius, Cosmic Aquarius locking in the Poppy, the Kayn, Echo, Ezreal, Morgana. It's pretty safe while you have the option of poking, but I really like the global composition here from GZG with the Shen and the Galio.
All right, so I think Echo into Vladimir is pretty like it's very stale. The thing with Echo is that he wants to survive till level 9 and then just be on perma wave, clear, split push, assassin, team fight duty, right? Like Echo's kind of like a jack of all trades. And Vladimir wants to do the exact same thing, except a little bit longer, and then he team fights a little bit better.
So you're saying there's that window of opportunity for Cosmic Aquarius here?
Yes, I think Echo's online from like 9 to like 15, 16, right? Whereas the Vladimir is online from maybe level 11 onwards. So it's definitely going to be like whatever mid can accelerate the other over the other, sorry, is the one that'll have that should win.
Okay. Also, guys,
both bot lanes are pretty good. Like one doesn't really outscale the other. Top lane also tank matchup. Shen a little bit more utility, but Poppy with a great disengage. Kayn's broken right now, though. I do think I give him overall the edge compared to Volibear.
But Kayn's recent buff was just to his damage to lane minions, right? It wasn't anything else?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, he's still a very good champ. He's still a very, very good champ. Regardless. Yeah. And of course, we're playing 5s in a constructed version, so I would expect him to go Red Kayn, especially since you already have an Echo in the composition, but I don't see a lot of blue canes unless I'm in solo queue.
You know, maybe this is definitely something I'm saying from personal experience. So maybe I'm just not the best fives Echo player, or maybe I can blame my team. But I have never really had much success with Echo in a 5v5 setting.
It's tough. I feel like he's
It's so
definitely a champ you have to
important.
snowball with.
Yeah, it's so important. Not even like snowballing, but it's so important that you're willing to like call the enemy's bluff and like to make plays with Echo. But the problem is part of calling their bluff is like saying like, hey, like your team isn't as coordinated as my team. But in a 5 setting, both teams are normally pretty coordinated, so it can work against you sometimes.
Well, there's gonna have to be a lot of communication with the team that's got Shen and Galio. You know, if they can get very good rotation and communication with their team, that's their strength right out on the offset.
And I will say that Galio is also in the support lane, so yes, they'll still need it, but you could be seeing a lot of people show up mid as well, since I think they'll both be able to reach pretty easily. Obviously, Shen is global, but Galio's isn't a full global early on, so...
I'm waiting for the big brain plays of the Galio roam mid. He shows mid, like they see the VAR still on the lane. They go on the VARs.
Go on the VARs, everybody shows up.
And then everyone shows up, yeah.
I'm interested if Vlad takes TP too to match this. I'm interested in the summoner spells that they're going to rock here. As well as you are going to need heal cutting early against a team that's running Volibear, Vlad. Definitely I'd expect that second item on some people.
Because it's tough because Echo does not build Morello.
He can, but you're right. He normally goes that the proto belt early.
Yeah.
Interesting fact with Echo though is especially for things like Vladimir where you just want to make them a null champion. If you can get like a decent CS lead from zoning, it's not that much cut back on you if you actually just buy the Executioner's Calling.
True, because you do go in for the slaps.
Off, yeah, but it procs on your E. Like you're an auto attack champion at the end of the day. Like a quarter of your damage probably is coming from your passive.
Yeah,
right.
So it's the cheapest way to get Executioners. That's the other thing with Ezreal. It's kind of hard for him to get Executioners early because you really want to get the Mirror Man as fast as possible. And you normally want to go pickaxe on first back because if you go tier or sheen or whatever, you're delaying that spike for longer. And you want to go pickaxe over tier because you need like the damage in lane to actually be a champion. And then furthermore, you want to just finish off the item then so you can start stacking the tier. And then once you stack the tier, you want to be able to stack it with auto attacks as well. So then you need to finish the item. And then that's 2,600 gold gone.
Yeah.
All right, here's what I'm going to say to that.
Then you could consider getting an Executioner.
Here's what I'm going to say to that. It sounds like a whole lot of thinking involved. And I don't think a lot of people are trying to think this much. Speaking of not thinking at all, I also made an error, and I'm not casting with Evdingus tonight, so you won't hear any pants reference. Well, you might hear pants references, but they will be explained if you do. So you see that in the bottom left corner. It's Zelius and Mr. Prezi that I'm here with tonight. And we're bringing Cosmic Aquarius versus GZG. GZG, we scrimmed them. Frank's Little Beauties did. I've only scrimmed them one time, though. We went 1-1, I think, when we scrimmed them. So they definitely have a really, really strong global comp here. They played it against us. They're so in tune with communication. I think they had all last year to prep against tougher teams. And now they picked up some diamond players. They're in the same kind of skill bracket for the most part, in terms of who's allowed to play and everything. So we'll see how they hold up again in Executive League this year. I'm expecting them certainly to do better than last year. But they did make it all the way to quarterfinals last year at a fluke at the end of the year. So
yeah. I was going to say, do we know if these are the standard team rosters or if there are any subs playing today?
So I know Banks, Learnox, GCG, the Nub, and for the most part, GCG's roster looks like their starting 5. Sometimes they rotate their captain GZG Crude in. I know he does all of the drafting for them.
Okay.
Cosmic Aquarius is a brand new team to the league, so I don't have anything that I know about them. It looks like everybody's doing a pretty standard 5-point, so nobody's going too aggressive.
I'm interested about the grasp on Ezreal.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
so
grasp
sure
on
I agree
Ezreal.
with that.
No teleport on the Vlad.
No teleport on the Vlad. No teleport on Echo either. Both make sense.
I mean,
I think Vlad wants to be in that solo lane anyway, split pushing, and have everyone show up to it. So I think it makes sense if he's an aggressive player and wants to take that ignite.
yeah, I definitely think there's an argument for that on Vladimir having the ignite, especially because he's running Nimbus Cloak. With Echo, I think most of the time though, just having, in my opinion at least, having the TP is just better, because with Echo, like, it's possible to shove by level 3, roam bot, and then if you need to, for whatever reason, TP back to lane, TP top, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, if you're in a high kill potential lane, you're going against a caster in mid lane, definitely I prefer the ignite, but I do think I'd like the teleport in this one.
Like, the thing is, like, sure, you make, like...
And Galio is going the other way around into the bot lane and is going to get caught out by both Captain Robin and Grundle Grabber, whose name I didn't notice until now. It's a phenomenal name. He's going to have a great flash over the wall. They're going to continue to fight over here in the top lane.
It sounds like a little miscommunication as far as saying this team, they're playing for double global, so you got to have really good communication about where they're going.
Yeah, and that's a little bit showing of maybe just not expecting it. I mean, this is a brand new team. It's harder to scout teams that haven't ever been in the league and what they like to do and their play style and everything. But he didn't drop dead. He just lost his flash. He's going to lose some experience there in the bot lane. He's got a lot of pots to drink up, so shouldn't be too bad. You're right, though. This grasp was an interesting choice. I wonder if it's because he really wanted to take a lot more as Banks and Cosmic Rail Zarek. Alright, someone's got to teach me how to say that name. Zelius, you want to go for it? Leonox is going in and a great taunt is going on to Captain Robin as here comes Volibear. I'm expecting the flash to follow, and it does, but he's not going to be able to get there in time. The binding hits outside of tower range, so it looks like everybody will be safe. There'll be a flash for a flash, and everybody backs up.
Alright, I believe it's pronounced Cosmic Ral Zarek.
Okay.
But do not hold me accountable for that.
Well, I'm going to ask him at the end of the game, and then I'm
quoting
going to
you
flame you if you're wrong, that's all.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. Now that I see the rune choices for Ground Zero Gaming, I think having the Varus go AP, like with I believe he's going Fork into Ginsu, so he should have lethal tempo, that makes their team fight, I think, overall way better than if Varus was lethality. Because if you have the lethality Varus, sure, you have like the double damage threats with the tank, but like Ezreal wants to play like the poke game as well, right? And I think Ezreal is like the king of poke.
Well, especially Ezreal Morgana, too, lets you have the extra potential to catch as well as folks, so...
Bobby went to leash the Kayn at Volibear's red, so that is going to be a small lead for him, which is good. Kayn pretty much just wants to farm. I mean, I guess he wants to fight too, but he's happy with farming.
Gonna force the pool, and we're just gonna back up. It's really hard to gank both Echo and Vlad. Vlad's even harder to gank, but Echo, when he's at 6 too, is so difficult to gank. He is getting a lot of those grasp procs off, though. I'll say that.
Definitely the fact that I'm pretty sure some crossed off to you is going to help him.
Yeah, it does help for sure. And it looks like Banks is going all in on Cosmic Ral, and he is going to get the flash first blood. They're going all in on Toke Life here in the mid lane, but he might be able to trade at least one for his life. He gets the auto attack, but the Ignite does go down. He's going to try to flash away and heal for himself, but he's unable to get the Q right at the end. Death from Above is now getting flipped over top of Evo, and
he ran so he had to back up.
Great eyes on the Also, it was a level down there, and I know there was at least a buff on Kayn. I think it was his red, so he took it away from him.
He was 2 levels down. Volley was 3 when he was going.
Yeah, so Kayn definitely getting a big lead in the jungle here. This is a pretty good dragon to pick up, although it's not super essential if you are buying the heal cutting items, but it can be really, really good in lane if you're behind. So
truthfully, stat-wise, the first 2 drags are pretty bad. The only reason you want to get them is because it accelerates soul.
Right. Faster to get soul, easier to get there.
Although, if I were to pick a dragon for first dragon where I was hoping it would help me win the game, it probably would be Ocean. Ocean or Mountain.
I was going to say Ocean or Mountain. Something defensive to keep you alive longer in tricky situations, or at least buffer your lane experience. Leonox is already walking around, trying to just spook out Captain Robin down here in the Grundle Gravel. He's the 33rd person to take that name. I know because he tried to take it 32 times before.
I would like to actually share a story about names while we have some downtime here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just as a joke, I made my team of Spin Doctors. I decided that I was going to make 5 accounts. So I named them what you would exactly expect: Spin Doctor 1, Spin Doctor 2, Spin Doctor 3, 4, and 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I made Spin Doctor 1 and 2, and that was fine. But for some reason, Spin Doctor 3 was unavailable. Spin Doctor 4 and 5 were fine too. I got Spin Doctors 1 through 5, but Spin Doctor 3 was not available.
Absolutely. Wow, that binding is not going to connect, and they shouldn't have the damage here.
Huge Galio
Out.
taunt.
Galio's taunt was absolutely massive. Here comes Voidbear over the wall. Captain Robin's exposed, and it's already used her black shield. Leonox is going to get low. Oh, he's going to go out of tower range for a second, but a great heal from Barry should keep him alive. I think he'll trade 1 for 1, and his life will be gone here. A good kill on GCG, the nub, and now Captain Robin is out of position, and Evo is waiting for some cooldowns. Banks has showed up as well, and it's going to be a solid 2 for 1 a trade, and it could be Dragon 2.
Yeah, that was a pretty good gank setup.
Great teleport.
From the
Great he ulted.
He did all. Vlad looking for another solo key here. Echo
He gets
is
the
gonna
Q,
have
it
to
could
blow
kill him.
the ult.
He's not going to be able to reach. Unfortunate there. Banks is going to go back top. Really dominating on this Shen.
He's building up close to 20
He's got so much ability to trade effectively. He's going to take a big chunk of damage there, though. He's taking so much from the minions. The ult should be able to finish him off. One more hit. I know they both don't have flash. The Q is not going to be able to kill. No, Kane over the wall. Kane steals the dragon, and now everybody's going to kill him. A great dragon steal from Kane there.
Fun fact, Buggerberry.
Yeah.
64% of teams who get the first dragon win.
Wow.
GZG against all odds. Gonna try to pull this one.
But anyways, back to the balance team.
Wait, I just want to talk about real quick again. Why was Spin Doctors 3 and 4 taken?
No. Spin Doctors 4 wasn't taken. It was only Spin Doctors 3.
Did you try and message?
Yeah, did you
Spin
message Spin
Doctor
Doctors 3 like, hey, are you still active? Or hey, do you want to join my team?
Well, I didn't even think about it. I was just confused. Like, why would you take
I would
Spin
add
Doctors
him
3,
immediately.
but
Everybody
not Spin
on this
Doctor-
stream, go to your league
Yep.
account, add Spin Doctors 3, and say, why just 3? Message him right after.
Like, it's so confusing. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, take Spin Doctor 1, 2, 3.
Maybe did
just
you
have the
tell
name
anybody
Spin
you were
Doctor.
doing this beforehand?
No, I just completely did it on my own will because
Wow.
I felt
'Cause
like
maybe if you told somebody, maybe they're
that would
pranking
be
you.
fun. No.
Yeah,
nobody
chat, go
did.
add Spin Doctors 3.
But like, also it would make most
Captain
sense for
Robin
me to be Spin Doctor 3.
Is going to burn the flash and start to get poked out here. I thought they were going to have to sacrifice their life, but stayed alive. Banks back to the top lane. A nice W to block the taunt here.
Fortunately, full tower aggro for Shen taunt.
Yep. That'll get you.
The CS lead in the jungle is actually really massive.
Although
Death
it
from
is-
above is struggling like a mad lad right now. Most CS in the game other than the top laner here, Banks.
I think, truthfully, the Vlad is already too far ahead. And I am willing to bet a gifted tier 1 subscription that Ground Zero Gaming will.
A gifted tier. Who's going to go against them, guys? Post in chat. One of you random will get it.
I'll
gotta
just
go
give
against-
a random gift at the end of this if Ground Zero Gaming loses.
A great flash.
Banks
from
having to
Banks.
flash out though.
That was a great flash, though. Well timed. Make sure he waited until Kane showed all the way out. Flashed away from him before Poppy could get another stun off. But they are going to go in. I think that's going to be a kill.
Gets it.
So a lot of pressure up in that top lane, trying to weed out this Shen so he can't help his team as much. And Voidbear's 2 levels down on this Kane. Kane is really farming pretty crazily.
There is not a single ward on the top side of red side jungle.
Yeah, he's really had a lot of control up there. But that being said, Shen has a pretty decent gold lead. Bot lane has a gold lead. Mid lane's really even. This Dragon Steal was actually really big for his team, as here comes an all-in from Vladimir in the mid lane, and bot lane are going to get the camera for a second. Didn't have enough damage from that ult. And he is opting for the 100% Blade of the Ruined King build.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do. If
Once you see the lethal
there's
tempo,
not
you
enough
know, but
sustained damage.
yeah.
Yeah. Which
Also,
I think is the right choice, though.
all thumbs up for Ground Zero Gaming's bot lane. Not quite the same. Both flashes are down as the Rift Herald goes over to Kayn. Evo walking through a ward. He's going to spot it out. This Kayn might be able to help carry them at least through this middle game section. With how big he is, his Bank's trying to push back into the tower, and Cosmic Ral is going to rally his minions and push forward.
Yeah. The side of Cosmic Aquarius has a very, very mid-game comp. I think from like maybe 15 to like 25 minutes-ish, like that's their window. If they can get Ezreal nice and beefy, what he's on his way to right now, hasn't died yet, taking CS when he can. Right.
And that window does get shorter though, based on how much gold Vlad and Varus get on these champions. But they do come online a lot faster if they were to take a lot of plates here and take more as well. This next dragon is also pretty influential. A plain Infernal as Captain Robin is out of position. I think that's going to be their life right here. They are able to use the stopwatch, burn a little bit of time, but the kill goes over to Evo on that big bear. We will all miss so much when he changes.
It's honestly a shame to see how many LVLCS teams love Volibear, knowing that they'll never be able to really use him again.
He's played on a lot of teams.
He's received quite a few bans too for many teams.
True.
My season 2 team specifically had many Volibear bans that we weren't exactly happiest about.
Kayn coming in the bot lane. GZG uses his ultimate, trying to keep him away from him, and a great use of his Blade of the Ruined King to get that extra bit of move speed too. Not get caught. Because once you get caught by any bit of the damage, the ultimate was up and he could have gone in and caused more chaos. The gold is only 1,000 up on the side of GZG. And here comes a gank into the bot lane. I think this is going to be a 4-man gank. The Nub is going to have to burn his flash to get over this wall pretty soon. Oh, no, he doesn't. His whole team is here. It's the global comp that you thought was coming, and Vladimir already picks up Kayn. Echo is immediately followed up, and Captain Robin will be next. That flash is still down for about 2 more seconds. If he can get it up, he does not get it up in time. It's now up. Ooh, everyone knows that feeling when you're like, no.
Well, at least he has it up for next fight, right? Always look on the bright side.
True.
Great knowledge of
Ground Zero Gaming.
Poppy not having teleport up. Poppy not being able to join that fight and be one-sided.
Yeah, the fact that Shen could show up with his ultimate and provide that 5th man to force those taunts. Those taunts were really, really big. You're right, Prezi.
They're playing from this comp that's never been played. It's going to be interesting to see how they transition to the mid lane where they're all going to have to be pushing and taking objectives.
Yeah, I'm going to see if mid lane tower, I know, is a lot lower for the side of GZG. Because of that Rift Herald coming in, and here comes Banks going all into the top lane. Cosmic Rally is going to try to push him into tower range, but is unable to. One tower shot is going to fall on Banks, but Cosmic Rally is going to go to the bank and shot.
I would just like to point out, Rondo Grabber 33 has been great.
Oh, he's been absolutely phenomenal as here comes Evo going in and the Galio shows up. Captain Robin getting really low. It does burn that flash as well, so that flash is back down, but you're right. This time, had it up for it, got out.
Like, with how much of a lead right now Ground Zero Gaming have that could impact the bot side of the map, and he's still 0-0 and just farming up, like, that's going to be a great chance for him.
Absolutely. Yeah, he actually looked really good on the using the grasp as well. Getting harder and harder to burst.
I still don't agree with the grasp, but I think he's playing fine.
I don't agree with it, but I also love off-meta things. I think that he knows what he's going into. It's going to be a hard matchup with a lot of kill potential, so maybe if he keeps himself alive longer for, you know, a few moments, his team can show up and help him. And here comes Death from above, almost falling right into what they thought would be a good trap, but he does have the ultimate, and he is going to go right inside of Banks as Evo gets ulted away. A great use of the Poppy ult. And here comes GZG Lyranox. making Captain Robin choose which person you give the black shield to. And an ignite and an ult on to him. Here goes Frontal Grabber. Maybe get the first death of the game, and he does go down to GCG Nub.
Tower.
Hit the tower. Yeah, that was so close to a misplay, but good execution there. Way to finish him off.
I think Leonox might be my favorite player, like ever.
Yeah, I love Leonox. Mad lad.
He was just so patient with his W, and like I would never do that.
Be patient or help with your
No,
bot
I would
lane?
never
Which
be
one?
patient against him or not. You
That's
know
gonna
what
be a
I
kill.
would do?
Great use. Toke Life getting really low and is able to
Vladimir
trade.
died.
Vladimir did
Nope,
go down.
Flashes all across the map. Spectator mode going everywhere.
I can't follow this.
Death,
This game
death
is
is
insane.
inevitable.
There's more kills than minutes in the game right now.
It's too hard to keep up. I just want to talk about my mathematics bug, and I can't. There's
I
too
know.
much action.
I also want to stop talking. I don't want to keep talking, man.
But
It's
yeah,
yourself.
no. See, whenever I see Morgana Black Shield, especially when I'm on Syndra or something, I'm like, I'm gonna use my full combo, and we're gonna play a game of RNG called "Can I break the shield before my stun goes
Before
off?"
the stun goes off.
Right? And it never does. And sometimes I know it's not, but who am I to not try?
Yeah, well, you know that the one time you don't try it would be the time that it would work.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I
numbers
just gotta go for it every time. But Leonox saying, nope, I'm not 50-50 in this. I'm not a coin flipper like Zelius.
Just gonna walk
I'm
it
gonna
in.
wait half a second and get my Varus a double kill.
Yeah, really good usage of that, putting Varus pretty far ahead. Also, this Volibear really able to catch up in this like early mid-game period. He had a great play under tower, getting himself more kills. As it looks like Cosmic Aquarius is gonna go for that Rift Herald right now. And you see some lane swaps coming out. Do you agree with this, the mid-bottom here, even though only one tower is taken?
Yeah, I think it's fine, especially if they want to like get rift priority. The one thing that I would already like to see next game from Cosmic Aquarius, regardless of the outcome of this game, is I really think they should play the mid and top, but you haven't played it.
Good use from the Echo ult that's going to keep him alive a couple extra seconds, and the flash over the wall might just mean his life, but the red buff ticking down, he is able to use a pot and get out, and they were unable to get Rift Herald. And all of a sudden, he's not over the wall. It's right into the queue to get there. Leonox is now going to body block for his team as they're looking to take Rift Herald this time.
It looks like Rift Herald could just go over. Maybe Kane goes for steal, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, he just goes over to Ground Zero Gaming.
Oh, a great taunt over the wall.
Volibear
I don't know if Evo gets there on the flash over, though, is going to mean that he does, and they're trying to trade back on a GCG Leonox, but he's the one who picks up the kill, and Vladimir down here in the bot lane is so difficult to kill. I think he's going to get two here. A great use of the Q. Get behind that minion, and he's safe. Gets behind him for the ultimate and finishes him off.
That was very unfortunate for the side of Cosmic.
They're going to drop this here in the mid lane, but it actually might be able to be killed as they're going to sacrifice it for the dragon. They find that to be the more major objective, and I have to agree.
It still does get the hit off.
It got the hit off in the mid lane.
Yeah, it did. It did in fact get the hit off. And they got the dragon as soon as
Well, let's see. Kane stole one already. Almost takes two, but is unable. He's caught in the pit now, and Echo ults out. Looks like they're trying to trade Toke Life, but a great ult from Shen. Wow. We talked about early game, GCG not having the best communication going in different lanes. Communication definitely is sharpened up in the last 19 minutes here. Mr. Prezi, I know that you are an famed dancer, and so I'm going to tell you something right now. It takes two to tango.
It does. I've heard that before. I don't know who said it, but it's something that's making its waves of the LBLCS.
I believe it was said by John F. Kennedy.
You know what? That is right. He's talking with Gorbachev about the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah. And it was like right after his phone call with Richard saying, "You're half the president I'll ever be."
It takes two to tango.
Yeah. He finished. Solo kill coming in from the Echo, but it actually isn't a solo kill.
No,
It's
it's
the one who
a
gets
solo
it.
die.
Solo death. Also following up on the Poppy, and that's 2 deaths over to Ground Zero Gaming.
Starting to open this game up a little bit more.
It looks like we might have another half a second of downtime, where I would like to say that next game, again, regardless of the outcome of this, I want to see Cosmic Aquarius places their mid top or jungle top lane. Just from the few died stuff that they've done with Gen, it's showing they have great synergy, and I'd like to see them abuse that. It looks like Death from Above will face exactly his name. If he falls, and will just read it back to the base in 35 seconds.
Guys, this is all happening. The stream is going to pause for about 2 seconds as I adjust the audio levels, which is something that I was told I need to do from the streamers. Something else just happened, but I don't know what. Now everyone will see it. Thank goodness.
There's huge plays coming in. Galio ult coming on the tier 2 top tower. Echo is trying to trade back. All of the side of Ground Zero Gaming low, but it's only a matter of Lad Qs before he's full health and ready to 1v5 again. And just like that, he's going under the tower. Echo again tries to trade back. Flash E from Bags gets a kill. Trades his life in the process.
Morgana is trying to
Stuff
clean up.
happening everywhere. Death happening everywhere. Vladimir's ulting. Everybody's ulting. Vladimir's double
That binding
kill.
might
Does
be
he
enough. The
die?
W isn't up.
Find out.
Got
He's dead.
2.
This is a bloody game, nonetheless.
Support, it's a real carry here.
Yeah, supports are coming out big here in these fights, definitely providing what the teams need. A great binding there as Evo might be caught for death from above, and he goes in, but the aftershock can make him so tanky with that Mountain Drake that he has. He's looking for his passive. We know GGG, the nub, is showing up, and Death from Above is going to have to make a choice whether he can go for Varus or just get out. He's going to use a flash to get out. Varus follows with his own flash, and now they're chasing it down, and the teleport for Poppy is coming in. It might not be enough, though, as Evo is so fast, and a nice Q over the wall. GGG, the nub, walks back in, and it's probably too late. A good ultimate from Shen is going to keep him alive for a few moments longer, and a great taunt. But it is not enough, as apparently we were on somebody else. We're going back to the directed camera.
Here comes Galio.
Yeah, a little overzealous there from Cosmic. But he is going to pick it up as well.
That
and
is insane.
it
Plenty
pays
zealous.
off.
That's just the right amount of zealous.
Just the right amount of zealous. They're going to pick up
Is this a
Lyronox
comeback
too,
for
and
Cosmic Aquarius?
I think it might be if Echo and Ezreal can work this out. A good Black Shield onto Poppy is going to make her a dangerous threat, and they are going to get more damage. They can even turn this into Baron, but probably not with Vlad right there. Vladimir's 8-3 and looking for more blood.
You know, I know he's not as popular as he used to be, but I'm a firm believer that a good Ezreal can carry even the most Grim of teams.
Yeah, and he's actually
And-
really good on this.
I just think there's a reason that the Koreans would only play him for like 6 years. A good reason at that.
Oh, it's because he's cute.
I think it might be because he's cute.
Yeah.
Cutest ADC,
Correct.
chat, let us
Cute.
know.
Kog'Maw.
Kog'Maw, the champion who literally only throws up all of his abilities are puke.
Sorry, Kog'Maw with the bug scheme.
Now, Boggle,
Okay, what?
I have two business ventures for you, alright?
Okay.
So the first one is I noticed that we do not have better TTV emotes in chat. And there's actually a fight, so I'm going to stop. But
Death
Kane
from Above is
getting
going to have
caught
to
out.
try to get out of here. Evo is doing so much damage, and a good use of the spooky ghosts here by Morgana on Captain Robin here. Spooking him away. It looks like the fight will teeter out, but will probably go right back up as soon as this dragon comes in. About 4 seconds till it's in that pit.
Yeah, this is a bloodbath of a game. Getting a sentence out is a challenge. But I'm just happy to see this Ezreal performing well. I just love seeing Ezreals.
I hate seeing Ezreal.
I think
you and me.
Ezreal's just one of my favorite champions.
The binding does hit onto Lyronox, and the global comp won't necessarily provide its extra lane pressures when they're all grouped, but it does mean they might have the CC and taunts early on to take stuff. As Bloodbear gets hit all the way away, and Captain Robin drops super low. It might just mean their life, and the first person to drop is the Morgana, and it looks like a huge ult that's going to protect so many people from Echo in the back line. Kane is the next one to fall, and it looks like Cosmic Ground Zarek is also going to get dropped. Evo chasing down the famed Ezreal. Whether we hate him or love him, we don't know. Echo is able to weasel his way out here, and Lyronox just going to clear some wards and make sure there's no chance of a weird steal. I doubt it. The smite is not up, though.
Echo looks like
He did go for it. He has his ult to run back out.
Gotta respect it.
He did try.
So
Yeah,
the
if
double
you're an
mountain
Echo
drink is gonna be very disgusting on this
and
team.
you don't go for a steal, if you have ult up,
Mhm.
it's just not worth playing the game.
It's
Just,
not-
you always have to go for it
It's for
100%
the, yeah,
of the
it's
time.
for exciting. Like, you might fail 6 out of 7 times. But you're going to be safe all those times. You got your own.
Echo is getting Morellonomicon second, and I think that Onus should be on Ezreal to get Executioners.
I think it should be too. I think you should be turning that longsword in his inventory right now into
Yeah, it's very inefficient for the Echo to do that, but I think what he's saying is to his Ezreal, like, look, I want you to get a Blade of the Moon thing as fast as possible. Like,
Right, help carry
isn't-
this.
I'm not popping off. Like, my window's ending soon. Like, Vlad's big. Like, I'll do whatever I can to slow them down, and like, you rush your Bork, you carry. Like,
Right, maybe
You
he
own the
maybe he can
Panther.
drop some summoner spells out of Varus with Kayn or something, but he's not gonna 1v5 these teammates anymore.
yeah, definitely not. So, although it's very inefficient for the Echo, perhaps it's a very big sacrifice to honor his Kayn and Ezreal and say, look, guys, you got this. I'm supporting you from the back end. I'm going to go auto Vladimir, auto Volibear a couple times, stop their healing, and then, like, you guys clean up, get your Bork, finish your Death's Dance, get your Cleaver, win the game.
Yeah.
And
However-
I think we have downtime again.
However, 3 items on this Varus is a lot. Don't you trying to curse us? Binding does hit on the Volibear, slowing it down. They have the Baron,
Yeah,
so
I
it's gonna
think
be a little
it's
bit of sieging. So if you guys want to get some sentences in,
Alright, we don't have BTTV emotes. So, for example, when infamous mid laner Zelius overextends level 2 and gets ganked by Titan, the Glue Eater jungler, and inevitably has to blow Flash, even though he knew it was happening, chat can't spam Pepega because it's not enabled.
You're not wrong. Good
I
point.
think we need better TTV emotes.
okay. We're gonna take
And also-
any and all suggestions seriously, as Banks is gonna take this gank very seriously, as he's gonna go all the way in on Cosmic Rally. He's gonna look for it. The flash is always on his timer, and he picks up 1 kill. He can certainly pick up this other one, but he's in tower range, so he's taking a lot of extra damage. He's gonna have to get further away. He has his Q up. He might live a good kill from death from above, as Tokelife is just looking for this kill, and he gets the ignite and the E. It's gonna mean he picks up another kill, and they pick up the inhibitor mid lane as well.
They might just be looking for the game here with 2 dead on the side of Cosmic Aquarius.
Yeah, they don't have much wave clear on that side. It's going to be pretty tough to defend against this if they do go for the push.
And my second point, you can get 2 years of the ownership of the domain lblcs.com for $16.
$16.
16, and that's ownership of the domain lblcs.com for 2 years.
Right, okay, here.
Alright.
While GZG takes game 1, and it's clear that they won in a really great showing, that Global Comp was terrifying. We're going to see how Cosmic Aquarius are able to change their reaction to that. Hopefully, in this pro draft that we'll jump into in a few moments, they have a good turnaround. We see how much damage everybody did. My league stopped working, so I have to close the program, which is about as low budget as it gets.
Leagueclient.exe, coded on Adobe Air.
Yeah, GZGG. Yeah, the Vlad is such a scary champion. I don't like playing the Vlad. It's a nightmare.
If you had to, would you lane against a Vlad or an Annie?
Oh, I don't want to talk about... That's like, hey, would you rather die or would you rather die? Like, I don't know. You pick. Whatever.
No, I think it's more like would you rather burn or would you rather just have the blood sucked from your body?
I don't want to... I don't want either of those as well. Like, I'm still against
So-
those.
I'm
Why not
a little out of the loop on the Crim thing.
The criminals?
Oh,
Yes.
There's
You're
a
out of the
big lore
loop.
behind it.
Ooh, yeah, you are. You're missing about
Yeah.
4 to 5 hours worth of VODs about it. Yeah, that's for sure.
All right. Well, if I just sum it up quickly, is it similar to LS's like Sinner versus Savant thing?
No, they're just straight crimin.
They're just
They're
crims.
crimes, criminals.
Yep.
It's
I
not
don't know.
really. I
Sounds
can't
an
really.
awfully
explain it
lot
very
like LS's Sinner versus Savant.
Nope, we did it first.
well. Yeah, we did it way before them.
Yeah.
Pick a year. Pick any year.
2003.
It was already done by then. Pick another year.
There were criminals before that.
Criminals way before then. Are you kidding
1967.
me? When do you think the first criminal committed the first crime? That had to be when the first law was
I'm
enacted.
gonna go
When was the
ahead.
first
I'm
law?
gonna go ahead and say it was 8.
Year 8.
Yeah, it was year 8.
It's a baller
ABC.
guess. That's
What
a
do you think it was
wild
like living in year 8? Like you're
Uh,
writing the date, you're writing a letter to your mistress, and you put September 7th, 8. Just
pretty
think about that for a
They
second.
would probably say like, which day did you send it to me? 7 or 8? I don't know.
pretty ballsy to assume that you'd be one of like the 0.5% that was illiterate back in the year 8.
And
We'd be
would they
peasants.
just
We'd all
would they
be
just
peasants.
put 8, or would they put 0,
Yeah, I don't think you know how to
8
write in
with
year
the
8, bro.
anticipation that there was going to be new millennium?
How well are you gonna write in year 8?
I wrote fluent
Yeah,
English
writing.
and Swahili.
You were alive in year 8. This is actually much more
I
important. than what we're doing.
reincarnated.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mm.
All right, whatever. Yeah, that's a cop out.
Whoa, wait, what'd you say?
Oh, crim out.
you
It's a
calling
crim out. It's a
Buddha?
crim out. It's a crim out. It's not a cop. No
Alright.
cops. No cops. So both teams will be switching sides. And I'm doing it right now. That's why I'm talking.
Xavier asked, "What is the drinking game we were playing for this next game?" You take a drink every minute, and be
No,
fully
wait, don't
hydrated
listen to
because
that one.
It's very important. Drink of water. Drink of water. Drink of water. I'm saying fully hydrated.
We'll tell
wanna
you.
be
We'll tell you when we're
self-care is
loading
important.
into the game. After draft is finished, we'll tell you.
Or what if it's just every time that I get cut off from a team fight?
Zellies, can you
It's
drop
one
down
and
into
six.
the spectator area as we do see that the pro draft has been sent to us? Thank Googly Mooglestons.
Sorry, I thought I was supporting this game.
Yeah,
My
well,
apologies. You know, I think a reasonable thing is that if there's any grasp of the Undying in the game, every time it gets proc, you have to take a drink.
on every time it's proc on screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to manage it the other way around.
And if it goes too long without focusing on top lane, just assume that it's been procced. and
So
then take a
here's the
drink
funny
anyways.
thing here, Zelius. My computer cannot load into ProDraft right now, but everyone can see the ProDraft live on the stream, so you're gonna be calling this one.
All right, perfect. I'm self-proclaimed draft kingdom, except my drafts this season have been awful.
Before they start and dive in, Mr. Prezi and Zelius, what changes would you guys like to see? I'm gonna give Mr. Prezi if you're Cosmic Aquarius and Zelius if you're GCG. One of you has to start though. Mr. Prezi, why don't you start?
All right, Cosmic Aquarius. I'm assuming was blue team last game, right?
They
'Cause
were.
that's what I was watching.
Yeah.
I think they need a little bit more wave clear, especially if they're trying to elongate that game, which is what they needed to do. They got to the point where they were dying to obviously the double global comp. Towers did not help them at any position. They needed something where they can easily split push, ideally, and then have some wave clear. I like the mage in a mid lane. I don't know if Wily L plays any mages, but I feel like that was definitely a weak point in
You
their
like
draft.
the mage transition and trying to get it late enough for Ezreal to try to carry that game. Definitely in that game, that's what
Yeah.
they needed to do. If you're GZG though, Zelius, and you just did that, I would expect some global bans against you. You probably aren't going to be able to safely run the same composition. So what do you think they're going to try to do in reaction to if global bans come out?
Well, deep down in the swamps of Louisiana, there's a 17-year-old guy who's trying to fix up a lawnmower. But his dad is going, it still works. Don't bother. If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Okay.
So I think they should just go for a similar draft. Like, sure, their champs are going to get banned out, but, like, there's plenty of global champions. Like, oh, Galio gets banned out. Shen gets banned out. Like, steal the Ezreal. Like, play Jinx or something.
I'd be very surprised if Vladimir made it through these bans.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
would
that-
think
that-
that Vladimir is going to get taken away. However, they are, they're on red side, so I think Vladimir has to be taken out as we see everybody hitting R and getting ready. They hopping right on into this. I can't see it again. I'm assuming they started.
I'm not even in it.
Yeah. First ban, Ground Zero Gaming, getting rid of the Misfortune. Cosmic Aquarius responding with Diana. Morgana ban responses with through GZG. So clearly they didn't like it in the bot game. Pardon me, I have the hiccups.
You're pardoned.
Thank you.
Is that how pardons work? Does someone have to say you've been pardoned? We see a Lux ban as well again against Cosmic. Must be a big
Yep.
pick for them.
Yeah. So 2 support bans and an ADC ban coming out from Ground Zero Gaming, and then 2 support bans and a mid lane ban coming out from Cosmic Aquarius. So GZG got rid of the Morgana, so Cosmic Aquarius got rid of the Thresh and the Nautilus. And overall, I think that's pretty smart because it's like, obviously, if you're getting rid of the Black Shield champ, you probably want to play like a Hook champ or something along those lines. And the set being the first pick for Ground Zero Gaming. Maybe we'll see the Phase Rush this time.
The stream
And
did
Cosmic
just get
Aquarius
very
are
blurry.
hovering the Varus.
Buggleberry, can you put glasses on your monitor?
Yeah, let me just
Ah,
throw
very
glass at
blurry.
my monitor right now.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay. I'm
Varus
pretty sure
Braum being the
Braum,
response.
Yeah.
Yeah, Varus Braum is good. That also denies you from really wanting to take Ornn. Braum is such a natural counter to Ornn. So I would actually expect to see Vladimir again picked up with the Caitlyn. I would expect set Caitlyn Vladimir, although we could see them doing a different kind of style here. We could see them rotate things out. The Galio is still up. We could see them lock that in. That could definitely be a second round ban from Cosmic Aquarius here.
So I'm not too sure, as I'm again not too familiar with the teams, but are we thinking the set's going jungle or top?
Well, with that Elise, is that an Elise locked in?
Okay, never mind.
it's
My
got-
question's
it's-
been answered.
I'm not saying it 100% has to be top,
No, it's set support.
but
Yeah.
I'm saying it's most likely top.
It is a flex pick though, so they do have some flexibility around that. So I like the set
Xavier
pick.
says, "I love the breathing into the mic. We're all gonna exhale into the mic on 3, 1, 2, 3." There you go, Xavier. That's for you.
Right.
If that's not good ASMR and high quality entertainment, I don't know what is. Olaf. Ooh, Olaf is a great pick. I like that pickup.
You know, I don't, but I think he can make it work. Judging from what I saw him do last game, I think he can make it work.
Yeah, he really showed a high level. Like, if you get far ahead on this Olaf and farm the way he was farming on Kayn, he should be able to turn more leads into something. I'm expecting a team fighty mid laner coming from Cosmic Aquarius now. We do see the Rumble Band out, so they're afraid of more team fight coming their way. If you can get an Ori or something, I mean, Set can't Olaf into the back line if Olaf has his ult up, so he can get in there and you can Ori ult or you can play around it as well. Veigar could also be good depending on the pick. You can give total counter to your mid laner as well when you're on red side, so pick a safe matchup that works and team fight together could be very big, especially when you're running Varus Braum.
I'd like to see Cosmic Aquarius get a winning top matchup, if possible.
Another
I think
friend.
their top lane and the top lane with their jungle synergy is really good.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. He got the first blood as well last game onto the Poppy when he was Shen. As we see some top lane focused bans come out, they actually don't even ban anyone else in the mid lane. As we see the Vladimir banned out for GZG. So I think that was a good adaptation in their second round bans here. To guys, thanks for the subscriptions. Thanks for the follows. Really appreciate it, guys. We are super low budget, and if you want that budget to go up, you're probably out
Another
of luck.
friend.
Slowly
We
but
need
surely,
it.
though,
Yeah.
Slowly but
These
surely, it
guys
will go up.
are funding the website that you're going to buy for $16 for 2 years.
$16. If anyone wants to make a $16 donation, Cosmic Aquarius picked it. I like the Gnar pickup too. They're playing a lot more team fight heavy. Xavier says I already bought the website. Are you gonna sell it to me for $17? Is that what's going on?
I think he said 20 was his lowest
Oh
point.
my god.
He has capital on it for
Yeah.
2 years.
Oh, so you do get your wish. It could be a mid on GZG. It could also be a top with that set rotating to either mid or support. We're going to see what they do lock in.
If it is set support, though, I think I'm going to go be an analyst for a professional team.
So set
Because
support, I actually don't know
I
this
said
interaction.
that
You have to tell me
jokingly.
about this interaction. Is the Orianna for the other team this time, though? Okay, that's still pretty good. Aurelia could dive into the back line. Elise gets over there. Set can ult in. Alt set into Ori ult is also really, really big.
It is set support, though.
Yeah.
Could be Orianna support. You don't
If
know
it's
that.
Orianna support, I'd be more surprised that you call that. And it is the Veigar that looks like it's being hovered for Cosmic Aquarius. I called that one, big guy.
I love that guy pick.
It is a really, really good pickup. And I've never seen a Cosmic Aquarius play except for last game. So how impressive was that? Huh?
Mhm.
Pretty good. a pretty cool guy. We do have the comps locked in. Vigar lol saying Vigar OP in the
He
chat.
might be
It's true.
biased.
I don't think so.
Mm,
He knows how, he's just saying what he thinks, saying how he feels.
yeah. Well, Narvin.
We are ready. Stream is ready. I actually don't know. Do we have to save already? Yeah, we are. Sorry. Yeah, I forget that I have to communicate to people. Thank you for communicating quickly, too, as well. We're going to transition into the pick and ban phase, which, get this, you just saw. So sit down, buckle up, and get ready for another round of it.
Now, I'm willing to bet that the Caitlyn runs Grasp of the Undying again.
Same ADC, no subs were made. I actually didn't see. Just look at these.
That's true.
Is it still Grundle?
Yes, no subs were made.
Okay. How about GZG side?
No subs were made across the board.
Okay, so the exact same lineups on each team in the exact same positions that they were just in. So they've switched sides this time as we see another post from Xavier about how... Oh, God. All right. Mr. Prezi, you're casting with me. You don't need to flame me in the chat.
I need to support our viewers, all right?
I'll read it. I'll read it since it's about me. Is that fair? The Buggleberry Finn, a.k.a. Soft CC, is a commentator for the LBLCS that is often ridiculed for his squeakiness and questionable game knowledge. He is specifically known for his Ornn one-trick pony and low silver solo queue. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the love. Here's what I'm going to say. I think in completion, and I agree with, I think someone named Ninja Medic or something said it earlier. This game, both teams drafted better than last game. In my opinion, for how much damage you can do, how you can play. Yes, you have a global comp. And that was really, really good, but it was a lot of running at them. If they had recognized that earlier in draft and picked more peel, they definitely could have dealt with it. So I think especially Cosmic Aquarius have a better draft this game than last game. Varus, Vigar can carry team fights. Gnar and Olaf can run rampant on the back line. And Captain Robin back on, couldn't get to Morgana, but back on a very defensive, shield blocking for everybody. Instead of, you don't have the black shield this time, you have the Braum shield and the hopping too. So same kind of mindset as we do see Leonox get the set support. What I was going to ask you, Zelly, is if you know an interaction. And the interaction I was going to talk about is set W into a Braum E. So sets, what is it, True Grit or something? I don't know. Is W where he punches
the
huge?
W.
Into Braum's shield.
I would imagine that it goes through because it's not a projectile.
That's what I thought as well, but I wasn't sure.
But
Haymaker is what it's
Braum
called. Thank you.
proc
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah, True Grit is the Q, I think. Maybe the E.
Isn't True Grit great or?
I think True Grit's just
great?
passive. Haymaker is a
be.
W.
It's whatever the left punch, right punch thing is. I think that's True Grit.
Someone
I've
just
never played
Google it
Set.
and
I
then
don't
just
know
prove
though.
us wrong. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm imagining that it would go through, but I think maybe Braum takes the brunt of the damage regardless. Because I don't think that matters.
Is True Grit Graves passive?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. True Grit's Graves passive.
Wait, is it just called Grit then? Is that Set's passive?
Grits and gravy.
Grit is the bar under Set. Okay. I want to talk to
Oh,
a
you're
developer immediately. How is True Grit what Graves has?
Interesting though. Interestingly enough.
You know what? I figured it out. I figured it all out. Conspiracy solved. I just did it. Graves has a cigar in his mouth. That's True Grit. That's the most amount of grit. Set just has a little tiny toothpick. So grit is in whatever's in your mouth determines how much grit you have.
Yeah, but Set also has little cat ears.
And Graves doesn't have a cigar if you're in China.
Yeah, and China's the biggest region.
But it's not going to be pronounced True Grit in China. It's going to be translated to something else like Big Boy.
Ah, yes, my favorite.
I don't know
My
how it's
favorite-
translated. I'm
my
just giving
favorite
an option.
League of my LOL CN passive is Big Boy.
I don't know, but I know it would not be a true translation. I'm sure it would come out to something different. Or, you know what? Tencent owns League. Maybe it was originally in Chinese and then translated to us.
I own Tencent.
There's no way
Oh.
you own Tencent and are participating in LBLCS cast.
Why not? Think about it. Think about it. If I had,
I refuse. I'm
if
just,
I had,
yeah.
right,
Go ahead.
like I'm claiming,
Yep.
all the money and profit from being the head of Tencent,
Mm-hmm.
what am I wanting to do with my life? I don't need any more.
You're right, and there's no greater entertainment than the LBLCS. Guys, if you want more of this entertainment, make sure to tune in. We're going to have as many streams as we can the next couple of weeks. I mean, we are kicking off Season 3. It is hyped out. And don't forget to follow. Get those free notifications. If you don't want notifications, follow anyway. Turn them off. Send a message in chat saying, your notifications upset me, so we know. And we'll work on them and improve them.
And remember, we have Zelius, who's the owner of Tencent here. So all league-related grievances, please direct them to his inbox.
Yeah, if you don't like something, make sure you send him something immediately about it. Our
So,
notification
but
is-
essentially, while we're here waiting for it to start,
Yeah.
allow me to answer some of your questions.
Oh, go ahead.
Higher ping, cry about it. We'll make Freak post a video apologizing. Okay. AFKers and solo queue, yeah, cry about it. Just get better and win the 4v5. Okay, we'll have Rivington make a video about it apologizing. All right. Tyler won AFK'd in your Masters promos. All right, cry about it. He's bringing us in a pretty good portion of income. Okay, we'll have Rivington address that as well. All right, thanks. Tencent CEO. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go back to casting.
and Video Game Donkey. The
We
true
actually
the
don't have the
original
budget
fan.
for these guys. We are horribly, horribly in debt. That is why we really need people to, join the Discord down at the bottom and send us
And-
helplines and all the stuff that I need personally.
No,
She's
Buggle.
Uh-huh.
Prime checks is the way to success.
Prime checks.
Yes, prime check.
You want to dive into that more?
So on the new Twitch.tv, it has actually been moved over to the bottom right. But if you're on old Twitch still, which I don't think you should be because I think it rolled out to everybody, it'll be in the top right. But it's a purple button with a star, and it'll either say subscribe or resubscribe. And you click it, right? And if you have Amazon Prime, you get a subscription for free. And you can give it to the low budget LCS. And with enough of them, it'll become the medium low budget LCS.
I think we'd call it medium budget, right?
No,
Well, you know what
because
we'll do?
that's
We'll spend
after.
some of that money to think of guys to think of a great name for it, and we'll name it that.
Exactly.
But then we'll
Yeah,
probably
the
have to go
normal
right back to
budget
low
LCS.
budget because we just
The
spent it all.
working man budget LCS.
Yeah,
right?
working man.
Yeah,
No,
and then
budget.
also, if you don't have if you don't have Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime, whatever, well, you can't get it through Twitch Prime for free, but you can get it for free if you buy $4.99 through the button,
Oh.
and you get a free subscription.
You know what you don't get, though? Unlimited entertainment. Just kidding. It's there as well, guys. We will never stop this stream. The world might explode. There might be a meteor that hits Earth, but I will find a way to continue to stream to all of you exciting, mediocre League of Legends. That was my end of the
So,
pitch.
as we're kicking into the game here, I would just like to say, Ninja Medic keeps saying Zelius Weird Champ in chat. And I don't know which player that is, so it's making me slightly uncomfortable.
Good. I think that's what it's supposed to do. And I won't reveal the true identity of this Ninja Medic.
Like, I truthfully, I don't know. For half a second, I thought it was Ninja Bear.
I think
And
Ninja
then
Bear
for
is
another
just
half
Ninja
a
Bear.
second, I thought it was Huge Nibba. But I have no clue.
Alright, well, since you thought about it, I'm gonna reveal it. You were right on the second one. It is. Sorry, I outed you. I outed you huge. Looks like another pretty standard opening. And Death from Above, again, is just going to walk in and try to get a little bit of vision. I think that's what he did last time as well. Okay, so I really, really like the comp from Cosmic Aquarius this time. I think it's a lot better. And I also noticed that GZG did not listen to your advice, Elias. They had the opportunity to go Galio, to go Shen again, and they have gone with not the same composition. So,
Well, maybe they're taking the Elon Musk route, right? get told by tons of people not to do something, do it anyways, get terrible reputation for it, but then just magically it works out.
I have a theory about Elon Musk I'm going to reveal live on stream right now. While everybody does pretty standard starts, it looks like Olaf starting Raptors and Evo on this Elise starting the Red Buff. I think Elon Musk microdoses acid.
At this point, is it micro anymore?
I don't know if it's. I think he might have upped it too much.
Yeah.
The man's been
So
saying
now it's just a regular dose.
It's just he just doses acid. Top lane is going to be pretty fun to watch. Hopefully, the time level 2 and 3 comes in. We'll see some big fighting up there. Bot lane should be pretty safe. I mean, Set, Caitlyn, you got the distance, you got the crazy burst. I don't think Varus Braum want to go in any way, so it's really going to rely on these ganks. The only actual explosive lane, I think, is this top one, is level 2 already for Cosmic Ral, and it's going to force this bank to back up.
This mid lane has a lot of kill potential. Two immobile AP carry.
2 immobile mages? Yeah. I'm expecting a solo level 2. Leonok's going to start zoning. He probably has his Haymaker now, if he didn't start it. I think this one's not going to be as explosive, I'm not going to lie. And it's not just because there's no kill yet. I just think a lot of these lanes don't really want to play super aggressively. They really just want to farm and wait for their power spike. But here comes Evo already looking for a kill on Cosmic. He does use his flash. He's burned up there in the top lane. He looks like he's going to get out safely as Captain Robin is trying to prove me wrong and is getting full attack. The Haymaker is going to connect. And we saw it do absolute true damage during the E, so we do know that's how that works. And Tuck Life is getting hit up, and Death from Above is behind him, but Wily dropping so low is almost going to fall down, and Death from Above should be able to chase this down. The flash is going to be used in First Blood over to the jungler of Cosmic Aquarius. A nice flash from Captain Robin gets away from the Haymaker, and now GZG does lose their first member of the game, and by that I mean their second. I thought that'd be their third as well, but GZG, the nub, does get out. So Cosmic Aquarius turning on the pressure now. I've had a long day, boys. I'm not going to have a voice tomorrow. I'm casting a Cloud 9 game tomorrow here on LBLCS, and I got to tell you, Death from Above is going to make me keep talking during this right here. He's going to flash away. We'll get out, it looks like. A nice use. He has the rune. That's the where you use a summoner spell, you get increased movement speed. Nimbus Cloak, is that what it is?
Nimbus Cloak, yeah.
Yeah, so we saw that Elise had Nimbus Cloak there. Saved their life for sure, otherwise they would have been stunned up by that. Leronox looking for some kill on Grundle Grabber. He grabs his own Grundle, and he's going to go all the way in, but GZG Nub is just too low. Oh.
Close. Oh.
Yeah, I think you're a few seconds behind me. That reaction was to what I... Oh, too. We're at 4 minutes 46, 4 minutes 47. We're probably a little bit ahead of you there. Yeah, that snipe on Grundle Grabber, again, proving that he is somebody that can carry games. He was unable to carry the last one, but I think they have a much better team comp to set him up to carry this one, as Leronox is now getting low and might be getting it too proud to stay. He does hit level 4, though, so a few extra level lives given to him.
I think my only complaint this game is, like, this would be the game to go Lethality Varus.
Well, I think they do want him to carry, and a nice jump up from Evo is going to make sure that Banks picks up GZG's first kill of the game. The score goes to 1 and 3, and the goal only 1,000 ahead. This side of Cosmic Aquarius.
Wily L is getting a little far behind in CS. This has been a very brutal Orianna on this Toke Life.
Yeah, Toke Life is really showing some good prominence of just zoning with the Q, or with the ball rather. So does miss that one right there. Some good damage though. Wily is starting to catch back up a little bit. That was some good trading from him. Banks does have a kill and has healing in the kit as well as taking Conqueror, so it's going to be hard to trade effectively onto him as only Fleet Footwork is taking for Cosmic Ral, and both of them are going to chug pots after that fight, and a big wave is going to be pushed into Gnar pretty soon as Tuck Life looks to clear this ward here safely with Evo right by, and they are going to connect a lot of damage. The Shockwave hits, and here comes the Spiderlings. They're going to jump onto it. And a nice flash away is going to keep Wily L alive just again. Basically, you have to use his flash on cooldown. First dragon is a Cloud Drake.
Olaf's catching out Elise.
Just do a pure musical stream.
Ooh, you know what? We need, somebody plays the oboe. Elias doesn't like that instrument, but we won't go into why.
Yeah.
But I know someone does play the oboe in here. Guys, if you play an instrument and you want to get in on an all-singing stream, we're all about it here at the LBLCS.
I mean, Buggle.
Yeah.
To my left, I do have a Stratocaster.
Okay. I can play, I'm actually a vocalist, so I can play the voice.
Ah, yes, me as well.
Yeah, I can play the voice really well. Not right now, because I'm kind of losing it, but... Wily L
He's the
is...
squeakiest rapper you'll ever hear.
Hey, yo!
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Don't worry about it.
I
Lyra's
can
back in
confirm.
lane. It looks like...
Buggle drops bars.
Yeah. Watch out, I'm coming for you next. Prezi, a nice stun up. And the Haymaker is not going to connect with the true damage, but Grundle Grabber's going really, really low. The Ignite actually misses targets. I believe he intended to hit the Varus there as the Dragon goes over to Olaf on the side of Cosmic Aquarius. And to get themselves a pretty substantial lead to start, the ult is going to come in from Caitlyn. Going to drop Captain Robin pretty low.
You know, I said that I hated the Olaf, but that it might work for Death from Above, and it's working.
It is definitely working. He's, again, is ahead of CS.
That I think Olaf sucks is because you always have to be doing something, and sometimes
and you
it's
don't
just
know.
not
That's
possible.
not sucking. That's just being proactive. You're just a lazy mid laner. That's what's going on. Actually, we have 3 mid laners this season in the call right now. Very
Are
interesting.
you guys as a lane player as I am? Because
Oh, I tell my team I'm a beta in the mid lane. I'm not supposed to win it. I'm just there to talk to everybody and be closest to everyone.
look, it may not look like it 'cause I'm always 20 CS up over the opposing laner, but I actually sacrifice a lot for my team, I swear.
Yeah, Lyronox is only level 5, and he's going to go in because here comes Elise. They're going to try to run down Captain Robin and no more slows, but the stun does not connect because of great use of the flash, and Grundle Grabber and Captain Robin are going to run for their lives. I just realized something, and the thing I realized is I love Lyronox. All-time favorite support player to watch other than Wave. LaWave and him are like really, 1 and 2 for me. But this guy's name is Captain Robin, and that's about as crim as you can get. He went a little bit too far in on Banks. He is going to be able to use his Q to get out, but that ultimate almost caught him by surprise, I think. Really like that he's got a crim name of Captain Robin, is what I was saying.
Is that a crim? Do you know that's a crim?
He's a captain.
Is a position.
It is a position in the police. Oh, wow. Maybe he's a double age. He's a double age, maybe.
Bugglebear, you just said you like a bird cop, alright?
I did not say I liked a bird cop, as Tuck Life is able to kill Wily L, and Olaf picks up himself the second kill of the game for him. So definitely, I think you're right, Mr. Prezi. This mid lane falling behind on Wily L, but they're getting ahead in other places. They are up in total gold, and they do have the first dragon, so... Varus and Olaf are looking like the 2 major carries, and the thing about Vygar is he's going to come online late game no matter what, as long as they get there.
Yeah, if you had to choose one person to fall behind on their team, it would be the Vanguard, just because most of his utility does come around his cage and is obviously late game scaling. It's just not ideal.
So, I'd like to point out something very interesting that I did not learn until about late last week.
Okay.
Fun fact about both Phase Rush and Electrum. Did you know that if you run Hextech GLP, the active of that counts as a proc towards both of them?
I did know.
I didn't. Okay, I was always so confused by LCS players where they're fighting and there's actually a set getting caught out and it looks like he will fall. The heal comes out, but Grundle Grabber grabs that Grundle, grabs the set, and gets a kill. But does trade back onto the Braum.
And Evo about to make a counterplay up here in the top lane as they're looking for Cosmic Growl up here, and a flash Cocoon does not hit.
Our flashes away and gets out.
The a very good flash on Gnar.
But yeah, I was very confused why.
So
mid
here's
started
why I
running
know this. Are you
GOP.
ready? I played Ken in an ARAM last week, and I did it. That's how I know.
So you also figured it out last week.
Yeah, but I'm guaranteeing that we found it out at similar times.
Well, I know when I found it.
I can
at
go
the
back. I
exact
can go back
time.
and look. I'll look at my match history. I'll let you know.
I learned this on the 9th of Saturday.
9th of Sat. Who says it like that?
I meant to say Saturday the 9th, but I said it backwards, and then I just stuck it.
It's a little confusing. Evo getting pressured off of this Rift Herald as Olaf is showing up. It looks like Gnar is also converging. Evo basically just leashed it for them to grab, so that's another major objective going over to the side of Cosmic Aquarius. Where are they going to use it? They could use it to pressure down top. It's where the most plates are already gone, but it looks like they're already pinging out for this Orianna since they have some vision here, and they have Braum who's rotated. That means bot lane's pretty open to take.
Unfortunately, it looks like my.
Oh, the flash cage is going to connect. An absolutely bonkers play from Wily L. And another kill for Death from Above. Here comes Banks trying to retaliate up in the top lane, and the stun does connect. So the score is going to go to 4-6, but Rift Herald dropped in the mid lane. Can they trade here? Elise is going to try to hold an ultimate out of tower range. Not quite. He's still in it. The Haymaker does connect. It's so much damage. You're going to get at least one kill down there. I think the heal was dropped. Evo running for their dear life as they are able to connect some damage, but finally the axe connects, and no one died in the bot lane, which I almost wish I could go back and figure out why. I could. I'm not going to. Hope-Life with a huge Shockwave ultimate is going to pick up a kill for themselves, but they're going to fall to Death from Above. And all in all, I think that's a win for Cosmic Aquarius as they take the mid lane tower, a massive tower to get early like this.
Yeah, we don't have Time Machine on here. We're too low budget. You missed it, you missed it.
You missed it, you missed it. That's the biscuit. Grab a
Takes
ticket.
two to tango.
It takes two to tango. Everybody playing at home. Go ahead. 4-0 on this Varus, 5-1 on this Olaf. This is what I was talking about. These two can super carry team fights, and this is another great dragon to get. We talked about it last game. As Death from Above is just waiting for reinforcements to come. He does have vision, but Death from Above can actually heal on this. Brundle Grabber waiting for him to go in, a little overextended here. As they do catch out Evo, and it's not quite enough damage to burst them all the way down, but I think they can still catch here. As the Q connects again, and the kill goes over to Wily L, catching him back up massively in this game, as his score goes to 1-1-5. We could see a 1-1 here, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's something looking like that way.
Is it?
What?
Yeah.
You go. No, you go.
So the other thing is, if they can't protect Varus, if they catch out Braum, if they get a pick, right, with this Elise, or with an Ori Shockwave, it could be really detrimental to their comp because if they don't have all the pieces in there and are really can get on the back line, they definitely can do a lot of damage. But they really need a wombo around major objectives from Set Orianna, I think. Set ult into an Orianna Shockwave could definitely provide them enough damage in burst where Aurelia can go in there and start sweeping up with the Q. But Captain Robin already roaming up to the top lane as Banks looks like they realize they just have to go in and they get so much damage dropped onto them, and it's actually Captain Robin picking up his first kill of the game and or her first kill of the game.
We're inclusive.
We're inclusive people.
Their first kill of the game.
Or their first kill of the game.
Now we're totally inclusive.
Top lane is going to fall here. Should be another bigger gold lead for the side of... Oh, and the ult does connect. Oh, this is a great grab from the Brundle Grabber. But it wasn't able to amount anything as GZG Liranok showed up quickly to help out his buddy. And he's going to proc his Aftershock to try to live longer. Now he's going to try to block for him. He should have ultimate. He actually could have gotten the backside of Captain Robin there. He's actually looking for a flash to do it. No, he's going to just drop him onto it. It's not enough as he's going to start running for his life, and there's no summoners left to protect him.
Brundle Grabber is popping off.
Yo, Brundle Grabber.
Brundle Grabber is smurfing it. He wants vengeance
if you get
from
this
last
reference,
game.
cool. He's going hard in the mother effing taint. this time because he's Grundle Grabber. That's my best. That's the best I've got, boys. There's no better wordplay coming out of this one.
I'll appreciate that one. I respect it.
Thank you.
It's a bit of a dad joke, but I'll give it to you.
What am I but a dad to all? What is Mr. Prezi but a dad to me?
A grandfather to your son.
And who is Yo Daddy's daddy but all of our grandpa?
You're right.
We're gonna see him later. I think he plays Thursday.
Well,
Your
he's
grandpa's
on.
playing?
He's on Big.
Joe Exotic, yeah, he's on Joe Exotic, and here comes the unstoppable Olaf, trying to say you cannot stop me, and he might just be proven correct as he heals so much. A great movement there, and there's just so much healing on Olaf, and he's so hard to kill when he can't get CC'd.
There's just something beautiful about the mix.
Oh, but the shockwave comes through. Could be enough damage to pick up another one. She is out of mana and is now running for her life, but here comes Aurelia looking for some kills. The flash is not going to connect with everything, and a great use of the ult flash from Cosmic Rally says Grundle Grabber is going to keep my game alive. He is going to carry my team. I'll make sure nobody kills him. Evo has to use the flash over the wall as well to stay alive, and it might be enough damage on to Toke Life, and it is a hard to knock life for Toke Life here. His score goes to 3 and 5. Definitely different style of the game that we are seeing played out of these teams. I'm really proud of the draft changes from the side of Cosmic Aquarius. I think that both of these teams still have total potential to win this game. I think a big way back in for the side of GZG is to make sure you secure some of these early trades here that are all infernal. I mean, if you can start getting the extra damage and Set and Orianna ult can start being that much more explosive while denying the extra damage from champions like Veigar and like Varus, you might be able to get picks more easily, have the burst to do it, but Rift Herald look like it's already going to go over to the side of Cosmic Aquarius. I don't think anyone's going to be able to contest for it.
Yeah, chat night and day from Cosmic Aquarius between this draft and the last draft. I do think they had kind of a botched draft last game, but they definitely pulled the edge of this one.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a lot better and much more aggressive here with how they're playing. They're not afraid to make the plays. They have the go button on Death from Above, which I think is really smart. And they have a really good go and protection button on Grundle Grabber, as we do see the Rift Herald dropped here in the mid lane, and they're going to push for even more towers.
You know, I don't think there's a better synergy than Olaf's passive with Conqueror and Last Stand.
It's so good. Evo's on the backside. And we could see Lyronox going in. A nice stun up on a lot of people, as it looks like the Haymaker is going to connect, but Elise is the one that falls, and here comes Aurelia. She is able to get that Varus. That is the play that I was talking about. So trading 1-for-1 there actually is not bad, as both Set and Orianna both have their ultimates up, and they could use them to wombo here. The Shockwave is going to get dropped right now, and they are going to pull in Captain Robin. The kill goes over to Tuck Life, and Lyronox trying to just frontline and push people away, as Death from Above is about to go all in on him. He doesn't have the Haymaker. He doesn't have the time to even use a spell, and I guarantee the next one to fall is going to be this Caitlyn, and it is. As here comes Banks trying to hold his team together, trying to just kill Death from Above. A good flash Q is going to make sure that he lives a little bit longer. Toke Life now running for his life, and Cosmic Ral is pushing in on them. I think it's going to be a kill over to the side of GZG, as they're going to be able to catch up a little bit, at least one, if not two. They are getting out now, in a great use of the peel. Toke Life shouldn't use that until Banks gets there. He uses it early, and now he's exposed. Here comes Elise trying to help. He is not going to get over the wall in time, so it's going to be at least a 1-for-1, if not a 1-for-2. There's so much healing on Olaf.
Broken.
You've got to wait. You've got to wait for your big Banks, as he's the one with the stun here, and we know there is no ability for him to go in. He can't trade effectively. They turn it. Death from Above, an absolute Chad here on this Olaf.
I take back what I said. He's not dog champ, he's hog champ.
It's not dog champ.
Remember when you said this game was going to be a lot slower paced than last game?
I mean, it was for a while.
You know what? I'll take it. Thank you. I'll take that one.
I
think
say
overall it's not.
It is.
You think overall it is?
I think overall it's slower than last game.
I think I think you're right. I think all the fights are in bursts this time. Like, we have times to say sentences.
Yeah, the last time it was like 1-for-1, right? Now it's like 3-for-2. Pause. 2 for 3, pause, 4 for 0, pause, shuffle.
So I think that while there's more total kills, I think it's more spread. It's not like all part of the same play. I could be proven wrong, though. Anyone can go prove me wrong. I've known to be both correct and incorrect at different times in my life.
Sometimes at the same time.
Sometimes
Well,
at the
I
same
agreed
time.
with you, and I don't think I've ever been wrong.
All right, I'll take it.
Another
So
frag.
Bugglebear, if you're GZG, how do you get back into this game?
Well, they were unable to get the Infernal Drake, which really was their way back into this game. You need to be able to communicate as a team and do what you need to do at the right time. If Tokelife had waited for Banks to go over there, and then she had the protection of Aurelia's burst too, maybe you could do it. And this is a nice play. They're going to catch 2 people right here, and here comes that combo I talked about. The ult into the Shockwave is they're going to pick up 2 people. That is one way back in. They need to defend these inhibitors and not let their bleed exceed too much. GZG the nub, and Evo going down low, but a double stun is going to pick up a 3rd kill, and just like that, GZG shows that they will never back down. They're going to go all in on Cosmic Growl, who actually will get his ult soon, and honestly, him and Death from Above might be able to carry a fight, but he's gone way too quickly. There's an open window here, and in solo queue, a lot of the times right now, people are going to ping Baron. They think, oh, we just got 4 people at 22 minutes. Let's go get Baron. Go get Baron. It would be a bad play here. You want to reset. You want to reward. And you want to relax. You want to shop after that. You want to get some items, get your power spikes back on. And you basically want to run it back and try to do something similar again. Use the wombo combo that you have. Pick 2 people when they're split. If they're running as 5, it's different. You're going to have to find a way for Aurelia to get on the back line. You need to kill Grundle Grabber. You need to make sure Death from Above can't pop off in the fight. So, reset, regroup. Don't get baited to check without vision, basically.
Yeah, just go say the vision game for GZG, they were obviously very pushed in, but I think they had 1 ward in their jungle when they were at the inhibitor turns.
Cosmic Berries is going to do it. And like I said, you need to get a ward in this area, because now they're going to face check without a single ward. If they're even able to go, Leonox is making his way over right now. This is going to be basically a blind Baron when they had a full 45 seconds to go ward the area. And maybe they knew that, and maybe they're saying, are really just going to split. Maybe we can hold. We still technically have the Wombo with us, but I think Olaf can just sprint at them if anyone else is behind them.
Olaf is in fact a fast man with a guardian angel.
Yep.
Yeah, so not only is he hard to kill, you have to do it twice now in a team fight.
So the immortal god is now 2 immortal gods.
The
And you
gold
can't
god.
CC him either.
Yeah, it is going to be tough. Aurelia rotating to deal with that top lane stuff as 4 people are trying to zone out these other 2. I think right now what you need to do is you need to sprint as Tokelife and Leonox right back down into this spot. This is where they caught them last time, and you already see them starting this rotation as Braum is actually standing in a very unique position to make sure they can't. The ultimate is going to go in. He's going to start trying to buy time. He might have gone in a little bit too early, as a great movement from Captain Robin is going to keep his buddy alive without taking the ult, but here comes the Wombo. The Shockwave does connect on 2, and now it's an all-in fight. A flash over the wall from Evo's going to connect another stun, but everyone else is here, and it's going to be a 5-for-5 team fight. Everyone going in, and Olaf, the unstoppable, is going to pick himself up another kill. It looks like this could just be the end of the second game. Can they run it in? Can they end it all? Tokelife holding on by the skin of his teeth, and a great use of the cage from Vigar means at least 1 inhib, if not 2, if not the game. Death timer still ticking down. 9 seconds on this Aurelia.
Corner Logan, appreciate the follow. Definitely need the support over here, but we have LCS.
Oh, and there is no support, sadly, for that Orianna, as she is going to go down. And I'm going to say this series is going to end in a 1-1 right about now. But here comes Aurelia. She's going all in on Death from Above, who already doesn't have his GA. He is going to get picked off, and they're just begging to prove me wrong. Now they're picking the Dragon here on the side of Cosmic Aquarius. This is going to be Soul, and I think there's absolutely no way to come back for GCG if this Soul does go over. They have 2 inhibs down. They could get caught out right now. There is no smite on the side of Cosmic Aquarius, though, which means that GZG do technically have the advantage to burst it. And here comes a teleport. He's going going to be a turn in the tides of the game as Leronox is looking for a way into the fight, and Banks is going to do a lot of damage. The Haymaker is going to connect it. The kill goes over to Elise as Grundle Grabber is starting to pop off in the fight, and they do take the kill onto not only Aurelia, but also Elise, and now there's no smite for them and another huge stun. And I think Gnar is just going to TP into that base if Leronox is caught in here as well. And he is. Now you can just run it on in. So, a fun night in the Executive League. We're about to see our first 1-1 of the LBLCS in Season 3 as they're going to hop over the wall and they're going to look to end. As Tokelife, I'm assuming, is going to sack their life to at least try to defend it. If not, do as much damage as they can. The Shockwave does connect on the Grundle Grabber, but the Nexus explodes and the series goes to 1-1. It's also over. I made it sound like it was going to keep going. It's also it's done.
Done now. It was a little anticlimactic. I thought that Cosmic Aquarius played way better this game, obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the draft also let them play to the style they wanted to.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Ground Zero Gaming had a draft that they should go for either. Like, they did have the Wombo with Set Oriana, but I feel like the Elise and Aurelia are a little out of place for how they were playing last game.
So I think the Elise or the Aurelia would have been fine. I think you're
I
right
think having
that
both of them though
yeah.
really changes what they want to accomplish.
Yeah, it does change a little bit what they want to accomplish, but they did hit a couple of those wombos and almost were able to turn it around at some points in the game, and we know GCG will never give up. They're the absolute epitome of untiltable. These guys played in the upper league last year by my own mistake and never gave up, played every single match, so absolute props to them. They do go 1-1 in the series, and guys, it is 10:41 where I am, and I think it's safe to say that we can do a quick interview if anyone is ready and able and wants to, but we're going to wrap it up pretty quickly. So if you're listening, Mr. Prezi and Zelius are both preparing questions right now to ask you, and we will pull you on up if you hop into the community channel.
I really want the ADC of Cosmic Aquarius in here. If
you want the grabber?
If that's at all possible. I do want the grabber of Grundles, and I have a very, very, very important question to ask this man.
All right,
it's going to be whether Grundle Grabbers 1 through 32 are already taken, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
it's,
Did they
it's
take,
even,
they take
it's
it 1
even
through
more,
32?
more basic than that.
Okay.
I'm just interested in the origin of his name. At what point? Because sure, maybe Grundle Grabber 1 through 31 were taken, or 1 through 32, sorry. But at a certain point, what inspires you to make your name Grundle Grabber?
I want to steer away from that one. It does seem
Yeah.
presidential, but we are going to steer away from why the name was selected. But speaking of the name Grundle Grabber, he is here. An absolute reckoning, honestly, in both games. Really showed mechanical prowess and everything. Carried the game in Game 2 a lot. I know Zelius and Mr. Prezi have questions for you, but I'm just going to ask you, how do you feel with your first series in the LBLCS?
It was a lot of fun. I was, a little nervous, It gives you that little extra excitement to start playing League again, where you're playing for a team and everything like that. You play solo, duo queues, everybody's running their mouths and everything like that. But, have your team, and, even if you're down, trying to work together, trying to get it going, everybody's just, always up and up. No down on our team, really. So it was fun to play and everything.
That's good. Zelius,
Especially, after that first game with Ezreal, I had a couple misplays where I couldn't even E over a wall. So
we didn't show those. We cut that part.
What was your inspiration for the grasp of the Undying Ezreal?
To be honest with you, I messed up my rune when I picked them. I like to try it around, look at everybody else's builds,
I mean,
and I like to try them in
that
Norm.
bad, but
It
definitely didn't seem intentional.
It wasn't that bad, but it does a little extra damage with your Q at the beginning, so it kind of helps, get that little damage, and so. But I really wanted to rock Conquer on it, but I just messed up with it.
Fair enough.
All right. So I guess I would ask, like, after that first game, you're going to the draft for the second game. What's the discussion going on with your team? Did you know what you wanted to play from the get go?
Uh, One of our biggest things is we wanted to get rid of that Vlad. That Vlad, kind of tore through us in the
Mhm.
first game. So
Yep.
that was one of our more of our big band picks. Other than that, we were kind of just, it's still early season. We play together and everything like that, but you still gotta get going. When you play normals, it's kind of just like against other people. But when you're playing in this, you're playing against other teams that practice together and everything. So just working out kinks and stuff like that, seeing other strengths of like some players, some weaknesses of some players, like try to work around it. So it was a good first game,
Gotcha.
first
And
series to say.
this was your main roster, correct?
We had some subs. I can't remember off the top of my head, but this is mostly our main. Yeah, this is mostly our main.
And you guys
roster.
have all played together before, right? This wasn't like your first jumping in and.
Actually, with the support, this is our first time. Our support and
Really?
I was,
Okay.
and our support's a sub, so it was
Okay, so
our
that's
first
where that
time
comes
ever
in.
playing together. And the first game was a little
Dicey.
little dicey. It's all right. We work out some kinks in the second one. So in the second one, we started a little chemistry better.
Yeah, you guys started to have some good synergy and everything. Everything started to come together. Well, you got your first draw of the season. Many more games to come. I wish you guys the best of luck. Is there anything you'd like to say to any possible aspiring Cosmic Aquarius fans out there?
I know we're the new team and everything. So if you guys want a little excitement, you guys can come watch us. We're all just our big thing is all about the memes. So
There
we'll
you
see
go.
how it goes.
All right, Grundle, man. Thank you so much. Have a great night, dude.
All right, thank you guys. You too.
Absolutely. And we have the
Thank you.
captain of Ground Zero Gaming coming right on up, GZG Crude, the mastermind behind it all. How are you doing after that series?
Pretty fine. I mean, we went into this series not really knowing much about the enemy team. We kind of
True.
just played what we thought would be best in the scenario. The first game obviously went a lot better than the second, but Will played the Cosmic for the second game.
Mhm.
I think the series overall was just really well played from both teams.
Yeah.
I have nothing negative to say about them and my team.
Awesome. That's exactly what we'd like to hear. I do agree with you. I think both games were really, really good. And you guys clearly just don't ever give up. There's one point I think you're down 8K and you're still able to basically board wipe them. So definitely shows that GZG is sticking true to last year's motto and never, ever giving up in any circumstance. So I'm excited to see you guys play the rest of the year. We had the same, you didn't play any matches, right? It was the same lineup both games.
Right. So the matchup you saw playing in the games right now, that is the starting matchup. I am like the coach / sub
Gotcha.
/ captain. I will play like maybe 1 or 2 games throughout the season, but that's only if my players are not available for that night.
Right. Okay. But are you heavily involved in drafting, or do you just basically facilitate the conversation so that your team is all on the same page and working together?
Okay, so when it comes to drafting, the team is involved, but it's kind of like my final call. So like for
You have
example,
veto.
like,
You have veto power.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like for the first game we played, the draft, that's a draft we are also very comfortable with and stuff like that. We've run it
Sure.
in scripts before, we practice it and stuff like
Yeah, I
that.
remember losing to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yikes. But so, for example, if like say my AD wants to sub out like say the Varus for like MF or something like that, it's still down to me to decide what is best for the team and what is
Sure.
best for the comp.
I like that though. They have their inputs, but you still have the final say. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Well, you guys got your first result tonight with the tie. Gonna go even in the table with Cosmic Aquarius, guys. I hope you have a good night. Is there anything you would like to say to any GZG fans out there? I know that Lyranox probably has more fans than anyone in the LBLCS.
Oh, he's been getting DMs from everyone in the Discord. Like they love Lyra. Like honestly, he's just gonna be our influencer. It's just like if you like Lyra, come like GZG, pretty much.
Well, I like Lyra, and now I guess I have to like GZG. I hope everyone at home has a good night. It's late here, so sleep well, and don't forget to hit that follow or subscribe before you leave, guys. Have a good night.